Stand-up, Claire Burns! Woo!
Yeah.
Are you excited now? So you got to turn it on.
Yeah, no, my bad.
No.
It's on.
It's on? See, that's so much better, guys.
Yes. Let's move this over. I may be freezing. Is anyone else freezing?
Yeah.
Just like in general and also in here. I do love that they have the little ceramic fireplace heaters. Right? It's like, wait, am I enjoying a toasted marshmallow? No. So I'm going to tell a little story. Very excited. So because our lovely host team, Call Your Mom, I did a little A to C and thought, let's do a story about my mom. Yeah. It took me a while to get there. I come honestly to this need to perform and to be on stage. My mother had dreams of stardom. She, I believe it was the year after she won the May Queen at the Ward Belmont Finishing School, she came to New York to make it as an actress. I'm sorry, an actor. I don't want to diminish that. I'm saying an actress. So she came to New York with dreams of being a working actor. She had mild success, as expected. And also note, this was in the 1950s. So she had 2 roles to play. She was the secretary who was the love interest, or the ugly secretary. There's pretty much 2 options. She did have a little bit of success, my favorite thing that she would talk about is doing summer stock in the Poconos. I don't know, that just sounded so cool when I was growing up. I lived in Tennessee, I was like, summer stock in the Poconos. I'm gonna do that one day. Do they even still do that? I don't even know. I'm sure there's a theater company. Sure, let's all go. So yes, my other favorite part of her stories back in the day is when she would actually do those commercial placements like in the middle of a talk show. Like Jack Parr would say, hey, look at the Brillo pad, and she'd just do that again. So I guess there was a 3rd role, like not just secretary, but also just a pretty figure holding something. So it's changed a lot. So she was trying to make it, having a good old time, and then she got a call that her father was ill. So she abandoned her dreams and realized that she had to go back to Tennessee and be a dutiful daughter and help her mother with his illness, and then in turn, after that, just making a home and living in Tennessee. So again, you can't take the theater and the actor out of anyone that is born with it. She decided to start the Children's Theater in the small town of Cookeville, Tennessee, and it's still thriving today. That was essentially where I was raised. My sister and I were always doing some sort of theater, or we were dancing, you know, got to do all of the performing arts, and also in choir at church, because it was the South. So that's where we were raised. I mean, that's why I'm up here right now, because I knew that the stage is where I had to be. We also would watch all of the musicals, all the classic musicals at American in Paris. It's a wonderful, wonderful stage adaptation, if you all have seen it or not. It's great, go. I mean, I'm not getting your money for that, I'm just simply saying it's pretty good. But the movie's better. Gene Kelly, love it. Annie, Get Your Gun. We've got all of the classics. We loved it. We always went to the touring company shows that came through. A little anecdote, I was very good at my multiplication tables because I remembered 6 times 7 is 42nd Street. Right? That's a problem. That's a problem. I think we all should have seen that coming. So I realized I was a very diverse actor when I was younger because I had to polish my chops in this small town of Cookeville. I'd be going to New York soon enough, but I was too young. I got to, get some practice, get some stage time when I was younger. I was very diverse. In Alice in Wonderland, I was a mushroom, a raccoon, a rose, and a playing card. There were 20 other kids or so that were doing the same exact thing. And they had 2 casts. So really there were like 40 kids that did the same exact thing, but I knew this is for me. I knew it, absolutely. In 7th grade though, that was a moment of reality. Before I thought any role was available to me. I could just try out for anything. That's what I was going to be. In 7th grade, I realized, oh wait, you have a type. You can only try out for specific roles. What is your brand? I wish I knew that in 7th grade. What's my brand? How obnoxious would that person have been? So I realized that I obviously was going to get the lead role in the school play in 7th grade. I was going to get the lead. I had the most experience, obviously, and I wanted it more than anyone else. So, hello. Mr. Anderson, our drama teacher, who was also casting the play, he did require that I audition, even though he knew my body of work. Which was fine. It was fine. I mean, I understand. I don't want to stand out. I don't want to be a favorite. But I do remember at the end of the week, going up to the bulletin board. Remember the bulletin board with all the important information. Going up at the end with everybody. It was like, hey guys, yeah, let's just see like who got the other parts. I didn't get it. I didn't get the lead. Every emotion running through me. Why? What is wrong? Does he hate me? Does he think, oh no, she's too good for this play? No, I couldn't wrap my mind around it. Like, what is it? Why didn't I get the lead? And then I realized, I was like, okay, let's think back. Obviously my audition was great. Wait, the romantic male lead was at least 5 inches shorter than me. Are you kidding me? I can't be a romantic lead because the short guys? Are you kidding me? Like, that's insane. Absolutely insane. So I was livid, angry, so upset. And I realized I had to do something. Like, oh, what am I going to do with all this anger? I didn't want to hurt him or his property because I had a future. So I thought, well, I'll do something to myself. Like, I'm just going to prove to him that he completely ruined my life. So what do you do? Obviously, when you're too tall for something, you cut off your legs. Obviously. So I went home that afternoon. No one was home. I go up into the bathroom that my sister and I shared. We had one of those tubs that was a big square that had the center part was recessed. So there were like 2 triangles, perfect for amputation. And you could just sit right over. Yeah, it's great. You got the image. I broke apart a Bic razor. It wasn't sharp anymore. Thankfully, that's why I'm standing here today. So I take it, like, okay, he's so upset. Mr. Anderson is the worst. And I start to scratch, because it wasn't cutting very much. Scratching. And I thought, is this going to hurt him? I don't think so. Like, is he going to really be upset by the young girl that's in a wheelchair? Probably not. And without 100% certainty, do I want to do this? No? No. But I'm still very angry and I have this razor. What am I going to do? I have to do something. So I decided I'm going to carve hate Anderson into my leg. So I start, I'm like, H. And I just got a little tired. And frankly, I was hungry. I'd eaten since like a tiny meal at lunch. But it was, it was junior high. You didn't eat a lot. Come on. Not a girl that needed to be on stage. So I decided, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Like, it's hate Anderson. That's what it stands for. Okay, it's all good. So I put a couple Band-Aids on, went downstairs, got a snack, watched some Brady Bunch. I forgot about it. Didn't even tell my friends, because the next day I realized it kind of looks worse on me than anything, so I'm just gonna, let's put that behind me. No big deal. So the good news is that sad melodramatic child did finally go to New York. I love asking for applause. So bad. So finally, made it to New York. I was auditioning, I was playing this. I never went out for a romantic lead because I learned my lesson, thank you, Mr. Anderson. But I was going for all these dramatic roles. Nothing was working. I thought that was my type, but I just didn't know. Obviously, there's a reason I'm in Brit Pack right now instead of someplace else. So not successful is what I'm saying. And then I got a call. My mother was sick. And I had to make that choice. What am I am I supposed to continue this dream, the dream that both of us had, for me and for her? But I had to be the dutiful daughter. I had to. I couldn't stay up here and be selfish and continue to go on shitty auditions while she was dying in Tennessee. So I left. I left my dreams here, went to Tennessee. Do not regret that at all. When she was bedridden for about 5 months. And during that time, I would sit with her and we watched those old VHSs of American in Paris and Nanny Get Your Gun, Brigadoon, another favorite. But we also watched a ton of comedy. We watched a lot of Johnny Carson. You know, we had the VHS box set, of course. Carol Burnett, Mark Russell, all these just amazing comedians. And I realized at that time, that's what I have to do. That's it. Looking at that joy and that escape on her face as we laughed and we just enjoyed this time together because of this craftsmanship that was being shown to us. And I realized I have to do that. Like, either I have to elicit the laughter or I just need to be part of it. I need to see it and be an audience member to that at all times. So, a little bit later, mother passed away, but I decided I had to come back and pursue that. And I thought, okay, I know what I am, I know what my type is. And then I realized I've known this all along. I carved ha in my leg. I branded myself in 7th grade. If I had just had a little bit more clarity at the time, but then I wouldn't be here today. So you're welcome.